Welcome to Out of Office, where we're 20-somethings in the transition from college to adulthood, keeping it real after work.
Stay out the office every day.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Queen V from the greatest of cities, New York City, deadass. And I'm a proud Afro-Latina from the Dominican Republic, woo woo. And I've moved my talents to the Midwest as a marketer.
Hey everyone, it's Chavril, aka that nigga, but you know. Anyway, I'm from Maryland, part-time operations analyst, part-time girlfriend, part-time unicorn. So, never shady, I'll just be saying.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Miss Tay, Greensboro born but Philly raised, an engineer here in the Midwest, and forever your bougie auntie.
I'm your girl, Auntie J, aka J Mills when I want to hit a quick 16. But no, on the real, I'm a Southern Belle, I'm a marketer, and I've taken my talents up to the Midwest.
Stay out the office every day.
J Mills, tell us what's up. Like, what's the tea for today?
Okay. Well, since you asked, we're all young adults. We've all moved up to the Midwest. We all just recently graduated from college. And I think coming to this transition, we all probably had some expectations of what we thought this was going to be. So what were your expectations coming in? And
Too high.
No, seriously, my expectations, I actually feel like they were fairly close to what happened. If anything, low. Because after college, I was just ready to get out. Undergrad took a toll on me. That was like, as long as I'm making money, as long as I'm not stressed about being broke, I made it. And then, so financially, materialistically, yeah, this expectations versus reality are probably pretty close. But I think what didn't happen is I thought I would have it together mentally, and I still have no clue what I'm doing. So that's what it comes in. It's like, yeah, I'm not struggling necessarily to pay rent like right now, but do I know what I'm doing? Do I know how I'm gonna make it to the next month or 2 months, or what my long-term goals are versus my short-term goals? No. So, I mean, maybe that comes with time, but I mean, you said it was too high, Cheyenne. What were your expectations?
Oh, Jesus. As far as like one expectation that was like completely blown out the water, like you said, like financially you're set. Me, I'm set financially technically, but I thought I was gonna be balling. Like I thought my wardrobe was about to like be like, ooh, like who is that? I was just like, you know, we have more events to go to because you're trying to network, you're trying to be a professional. Why am I still going to Target and then returning them clothes? Because I gotta go to Target, get some clothes, look cute, then return them because I'm just like, you know, I still gotta pay my bills. Like this rent is no joke. So I'm kind of just like, you know, financially I am set, like I can pay all my bills, like mostly everything is on auto pay, but I'm also just like, I thought I was going to be able to be taking more trips, buying more clothes, just doing more materialistic things in general. So that kind of was like a difference in expectation versus reality. I was just ready to get out of college. It didn't matter to me really. I was low-key like, I don't want to move to the Midwest, so my expectations were low and negative. So I was like, it ain't nothing to do with Minnesota. Like, I'm not gonna have fun there. I probably can't save because I'm gonna be in the house because it's gonna be cold, and it's like, what's good? But I feel like for me, I didn't really think into like the financial things, like what should I be doing straight out of college? Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna save, yeah, I'm gonna have a budget, but what does that really look like? You know, I didn't think much into that. It was just like, get me to May 2017 and let me graduate. And once I get there, I'll figure it all out. But then once you get here and you're trying to figure it all out, it's like other things that pop up that you're like, oh crap, like I have to do this tax return, or like, how do I fill out this? How do I do my health insurance? How do I do that? How do I do that? And it's like, dang, maybe I should have prepared a little more before really thinking through this transition. So do you have a budget now, or? I have a budget, yes I do.
She said, don't come for my finances.
No, I have a budget. Do I follow it? You know, I set the budget and y'all hit me up like, let's go here, let's go there. And I was like, let me move that from that to my entertainment budget. That's what I do. All right, that's
I think for me, honestly, okay, so my expectations were kind of high. I was like, I'm just looking forward to like all this professional growth, spiritual growth.
Amen.
And I feel like, yes, amen. And I feel like so far right now, like my expectations have been met and exceeded.
Okay.
So I feel just like super fortunate. But again, going back to that whole like, dang, like I'm supposed to be saving this much in 401k, like, or going back for me, the major like whoa reality for me was like car payments, bruh. Like what? Like,
but y'all do y'all have car payments?
No.
So like for me
and Vanessa, we have
because
that.
and the thing is for me, I went from like taking the MTA subway every day, not having a car, like things being like, you know, me having to wake up 2 hours before and like commute. You know, to work, to school, whatever, to then all of a sudden, like, dang, I live 5 minutes away. I got no excuse to be late to work. Like, also just like going back to that whole, yeah, you know, you think you're gonna be balling out, like, dang, I live right, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's just like, reality is, you thought you was gonna be the way you were in college, going out every single weekend and this and that, and I'm like, dang, I get back from work and I'm just so drained, I'm exhausted. Like the reality is, I want to be in this bed.
Right. So that's where it's not even a financial thing in terms of not going out. It's like I literally do not have the energy to go out. Like I'm so, when I say like I get home and I fall asleep immediately, almost every day. Fall asleep for like take the biggest nap because I'm that tired. And then that's an issue when it comes Friday and everybody's like, oh, happy hour time, and I'm sitting there like on my phone looking like
But that's the difference because in college, like we had like you have a 9 a.m. and then maybe you had a break till 2, so you can go get them mini naps. Now you be at work, I'm like, ooh, where that little tranquility room? I need a 15-minute nap. Like it's crazy.
Or it's just like I don't know. For me in college, I was killing it. Like I was like literally 3 jobs, like doing a lot. I played 2 sports. Like I was involved in a lot. Yet I still had the energy though. Yes, girl. It's ball. Okay.
literally and figuratively.
Right. But what I'm saying is like I feel like now with, you know, like our 9 to 5s, it's like I get out of work and I'm like, dang, like I can't even have another conversation. And I'm one of the most social people ever, but like don't talk to me.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
But that's literally because it's like work 8 hours, probably 9 to 10 straight. Like you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything else. I mean, lunch, I'll be taking like an hour and a half lunch break, but like still, it's kind of like consistent. At least in college, you were jumping from thing to thing. You could take like maybe that like 20-minute nap in your homie's room or something like that really quick. Now it's kind of just like they expect me to pay attention and actually be like efficient for this
and know what's going on as well.
Right, know what's going on. I can't just zone out in a meeting and just say something like something finessing like, oh yeah, I agree. Oh, what did you agree about?
No, girl. I still be finessing because I don't know what's going on, but you be in there like, yeah. All right, like if you're really not paying attention and they ask you a question, you be like, could you repeat? I just want to make sure that I'm aligned. I just
want to ensure that I'm tracking.
Right. I want to ensure that I'm tracking.
Just to clarify.
But to the expectation thing again with the financial piece, I feel like we all probably had those expectations that we were going to be balling out, and we probably could. But I think you start to realize that okay, this moment isn't going to last forever, and you have to start thinking through, okay, when am I really going to start seriously saving? Because as we get older, we're going to continue to go through transitions, we're going to continue to want more and more, and we need to have that money saved up, where it's like if we're constantly splurging, that's my problem. I want that instant gratification, and I'm not looking long term and like, okay, I may want to buy a house one day, or like I may want to take these nice extravagant vacations. Like you have to prepare for that.
That's true.
But it's definitely in baby steps. Like right now, it's kind of like you're going to talk to me about stocks. I'm just trying to make sure my savings are consistently being fed into.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because people, I think that's weird. Like I realized I didn't mentally have it together because it's like you said, I'm just trying to make sure I have consistent deposits into that savings account, and people are bringing up like
back over.
Girl, and then people are bringing up like stocks or like certain investments, especially with a company, or even just like getting into like the whole like property game, and I'm just like,
or even having the knowledge. I'm sorry, but like I don't know your backgrounds, but like this is not something that was a conversation at the dinner table for my family. So it's also like a lack of, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I was a business major. Yes, I took finance or finance, whatever you want to call it. But there were They were not talking about how to invest that personal wealth.
Right,
That's not what they were
right.
discussing. So it's also like a barrier of like education. You don't even really know what you're supposed to be doing.
Right. So
for me, I'm learning a lot from like friends who maybe have been in like the transition for like 2 to 3 years, and they're just passing down their knowledge from what they've gained.
So I guess on that topic, like, what do y'all think about like pressures that you feel from like your friend groups, from society, from your family? Because I know for me, okay, so being first generation, like my parents are from the Dominican Republic, like even when it came to college, like FAFSA, my mom was like, girl, like how do I feel that out? You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like for me, a lot of those things I had to learn on my own, and that's not no wrongdoing to my mom at all. Like she is amazing and killed it, but it's just like even though our parents mean well, I feel like a lot of times in our communities we face these pressures of like having to make it, and I feel like all of us, at least for me, I can say a lot of my family looks at me like, dang, like she made it. So it's like that pressure of like, I can't even show that I don't know what I'm doing financially, or I don't know what I'm doing at work, because that's like pressure from my family, because they already think that I am at this level.
Or even in addition to that, I feel like whenever I try to voice like any uncertainties, it's still like, you know, you're at a different level. It almost seems like it's coming from a complaining standpoint, where it's like, what do you mean you don't have like your pay, like we were saying, you're paying your bills on time, you're getting to and from work, you have a consistent job that you like, so what's wrong? When we're again thinking long term, like this is only a moment, you know? So it's like, one, not having the resources to go to somebody like, you know, I know I'm missing something, because like you said, to everybody else, you have it all. And then two, like you said, making sure that because you had it all, you still look, you know, like
you got it going on. I think for me, it's more of like an internal pressure. I don't necessarily feel like it's a pressure from my family. Similar to you, I'm first generation, and like my family just looks up to me. They praise like everything I do. Like, oh, my niece, she went here, she graduated from here, she's working here. Like, they think very highly of me, and because of that, it's like I put a pressure on myself. It's not necessarily that they're putting that pressure on me, but it's like, oh, okay, well, like I need to have it figured out. I don't want to go complaining to them about this or about that, or even because like maybe they didn't go through this, I can't necessarily connect with them on that asset of my life because they don't have that experience there. So I think for me, it's like that definition or that internal pressure, and then when I look outside at people like my age, I feel a pressure too, because like you look on social media or you talk to your friends and they're constantly advancing, they're constantly doing that, and it's like, well, what's next for me? I gotta figure it out. Like I gotta keep going, because like I feel like we're all pretty educated, high caliber women, so we want to continue to advance, we want to continue to be successful. So I think it's not like intentional pressure. I think it's just we see these things and then we put that pressure on ourselves. Or for me personally,
I mean, I guess for me, like I hear what you guys are saying, but for like as far as my family, definitely don't think I made it. They're proud of me, but like it's not like it's like, oh wow, we just it was never like, oh, the goal for Cheyenne is just to graduate college and get a job. It's always been like, oh, we want you to become like a director or a CEO or something like that. So this is like, oh, we're so happy, you know, you got a good major, you're in a good company, like Fortune 500, blase, blase, but it's like, well, you need to be making sure you're investing in stocks, and you need to be making sure that you're connecting with your manager so you know how to get to the next level and all this other stuff. And it's kind of just like, okay, like chill out, like, you know, I'm still kind of like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, you know, I'm like 8 months into my role, so I'm kind of like still trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, still trying to figure out like how I'm supposed to be talking to people outside, like my personal life, like how do I even keep connected with my friends? So to me, I'm kind of like, I feel like this isn't really my version of I made it until I have like a family, I have more answers, because right now there's a lot of unanswered questions. And then for my friends, yeah, they think I made it. They'd be like, girl, what you complaining about? You got a salary, you making more than me, like you got an apartment, like, you know, you go out, you have like a friend group, and I'm just like, yeah, y'all, but like, you know, I still like don't know about this and that. So I guess like for me, when I have like this like uncertainty, I'm more willing to go to my family because they're already like, yeah, you're at the lowest level, instead of my friends where it's just like, girl, like this is what we're striving to pretty much, or this is where we're at too. So like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can resonate with that though, because I would agree, like my family is not that they're so ambitious and like value education, even though they were all mostly educated in Dominican Republic. It's still like, we're not gonna have this crazy celebration just because you graduated college. Like that was your job,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, you were supposed to. That expectation,
yeah.
Right. And so I don't know, for me it's more like, I think like you said, Jamie, those external pressures just like really get to me, because you're just like, dang, like I just want to live up to like whatever I'm meant to be, live within my purpose. And I feel like throughout college, you just feel like you're on this high. Like as soon as, like when I was in college, I was like, dang, like I just feel so ingrained in my community. I feel like everyone knows me. It's like, I feel like I'm living out my purpose and loving what I'm doing. But then it's like when you transition into the corporate world, or when you transition just to your first job out of college, it's like you're back at the bottom of the totem pole, like having to reprove yourself to everyone. And I feel like that for me is like one of the hardest realities as well.
See, mine was the opposite. I felt bottom of the totem pole in college. Like college was when like I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure if I was still in the right major. I didn't know like what my purpose was still gonna be, or like what my job was gonna be, how I was gonna apply anything that I learned, because I felt like my engineering education was so theoretical. It was so like just so science and math oriented. Like by the time like after freshman year, you're no longer doing math with numbers. Like you're not. So everything is so just conceptual that it's so hard to see the application, because everybody relies on you, even in the real world, just to know the background and know how things work, and then ask you as almost like a consultant of like, what's next? What can we do in this situation? But when you're in school, you don't see any of that. So all you see is like all the tests that you're failing, the grades that you can't get, the scholarship. Let's take a moment to commend. I know. Seriously, like the scholarship that you're barely able to keep, that like we see that graduate, that's like the light. You're there and you're like, okay, finally I'll be able to make money and know what's going on. Because at this point, you just get by not knowing what's going on and guessing your way out. So that's why for me, I think that was my personal low expectations. But like y'all, my family definitely has ambitious expectations. So my mom was the first one to like email me, because of course now she needs to email me in my corporate email to talk to me. And she'll email me and be like, so you know you're coming up at like 9 months, it's about time for you to look for that new position or that new role. You know, you got to make sure that you're on that timeline. And like you said, I'm like, girl, I'm finally like knowing what to say in our daily morning meetings, let alone like go to a new role. So I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I differ from that perspective, because like my mama low-key don't be knowing really what's going on in the corporate world. Like I'll call her and tell her, but she's not like calling me like, oh, like you're at 8 months in, like what's going on? Like, are you thinking about what's next? Like I said, she's just very like, you I guess made it. Like you graduated college, like you're a first generation, you have this great job, like I'm proud of you. It's not like I need to know what's happening next for you. I think my hardest reality, just coming out of like high school to college and then into adulthood, I feel like this is the first time in life where like I don't have a concrete next step. Like in high school, you knew you were going to college. In college, you knew, most of us knew if we want to go to grad school or we want to get a job. Like here, you're just kind of living out your purpose. Like, yes, this is the first step. I've been to a lot of speeches where people are like, yeah, my first job is nothing that I ended up doing like now. And I think that's been the hardest reality, because I'm always thinking in the future, like what's next, just running through life. And because I don't really have like a concrete path, this is the first time in life where everyone around me is reaching different stages at different times. Like I have some people getting married, I have some people buying houses, I have some people in grad school, I have some people advancing in the company, and it's just like, okay, so what's my path? And I think that's for me, just trying to figure out everything isn't like a step by step now. Like you're an adult and like life can take you here and life can take you there. And I think that's been like the biggest reality in coming to this part of life.
But just talking about like, when you're saying like, you know, now it's step by step and like it's not like a clear cut path, I feel like when I finally feel like I made it, it's gonna be when I have like the dream that's in my head of what I saw the future was gonna be when I was still in high school. So married, 1 kid, homeowner, good job, 6 figures, and when I'm actually doing something that I'm passionate about doing and I enjoy going to work every day. If I have all of those factors, I'll be like, listen, yeah, I'm still probably gonna be trying to move up the corporate ladder, but I will be set. I will like confidently be able to say like, listen, I actually really like enjoy where I'm at right now, and I'm not really constantly thinking about my next move as much as I am right now.
Yeah, I think I have that vision as well, but like this is the most ambiguous time where it's like, okay, yes, I want to be married, yes, I want to have kids, yes, I want to be in this career at this level, I want to find like what I'm super passionate about, but like all of that isn't like as guaranteed as you would think.
Yeah, because I feel like, okay, so I feel like everything has been, like you said, so scripted. Like, you know, for me, it's not so much, oh my gosh, what's my purpose? What's my passion? What am I made to do? What's my dream job? I don't think I have that problem. For me, it's what's the journey? Like, what is what I'm doing right now going to literally translate and correlate over to what I want to do in 10 years, what I want to do in 15 years? I feel like to me it's more so like the journey, and like it's always that thought of like, am I readily preparing myself right now for what I'm about to be doing? And being able to say that confidently and live that, and saying, okay, are we living our best life? Like, are we? To other people,
Yeah, to other people we are.
But it's like, for me, it's like I'm living my best-ish life. Like, ish.
Yeah, I feel like,
Kinda.
I feel like when it
Barely.
Right though.
I feel like when it comes to expectations, yeah, they were really low. And if I actually had to sit here right now and think about my life for the past like 6 to 7 months being in this position, I would say that I'm pretty content. Like, I've met amazing friends that I didn't think I was gonna meet. Like, yes, my expectation from Minnesota wasn't as high, but it's like exceeded those expectations. Like, it wasn't a terrible experience. Like, I've grown just in the little amount of time I've been here. I've met you awesome ladies. So I feel like, yeah, I am living my best.
Oh, sorry. We were just feeling ourselves a little bit. Go ahead.
I'm feeling myself.
Okay,
But anyway,
your point, right?
she made me forget it. Jesus, bring it back. Like right now, at this point in your life, each of you, do you feel like you're living your best life in this moment right now?
Am I living my best life in this moment? I definitely gotta go with that ish. Like the
best-ish.
Because I'd say I'm doing well in terms of like professionally. My peers and my managers are seeing, like, I know that I'm exceeding the expectations, which is good. That it basically from the sense of keeping my expectations for myself higher than other people keep them. So I know I'm sticking with that.
Working
Spiritually, definitely, right, working twice as hard. Spiritually, getting to a place where I finally see my own identity and my own relationship.
Yes.
So
Amen.
Praise him.
Unless Easter Sunday. And then also just like you mentioned, being with friends or meeting new people and surrounding myself with like-minded people.
Yes.
So I think I'm living really nicely in the moment, but I'm still not doing as much preparation as I want to. Like if anything happened catastrophically tomorrow, I wouldn't be prepared. I wouldn't know what to do. Like say I lost my job, or say I had to go home, or say something happened, I wouldn't be prepared to make that like immediate move. So that's why I say best-ish, because I think here I'm cool, like kicking it, doing some of the right things, slowly on that path to that ambiguous journey, but I'm not prepared or have enough of a buffer if anything pops up. So that kind of freaks me out.
But see, I mean, like, I feel like that's life though. Like, when are you gonna be really prepared for something catastrophic? You know?
I mean, that's what the emergency fund is for.
Okay, sis, let me know when you get on that flight.
Right, let us know. Cheyenne's like, actually, you should be. You should have an emergency.
Right.
But I think you're spiritually and socially living your best life. But there's other aspects that you could continue to improve upon.
Right.
Honestly, okay, I'm gonna answer the question too. Like, I think, you know what? I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm working out. I'm going to hot yoga. Okay, my edges is back. Right? My fro is moisturized.
Yes.
Okay, my skin is glowing. Thank you. And honestly, I just have built this relationship with God that I have. Thank you, Jamie. I built this relationship with God that honestly I don't think I would have had if I would have been in my same comfort zone circle. So because I've gotten out of my comfort zone, I'm living my best life right now.
I like that.
Do I need to clean my room occasionally?
Yes.
Do I need to get my bills in check? I mean, no, my bills are paid, auto pay, right?
That savings account and shit.
My credit was right. I mean,
Credit popping, because
right?
you want to buy a house.
Credit popping, even though sometimes them car payments take a toll on me.
But you cruising.
Right, I'm cruising. So I feel like right now I'm living my best life in the moment, like you said. Do I have work to do? Absolutely.
But we always do.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I mean, I just feel like this was so positive that like all I just want to do is like not repeat anything anybody said, but actually I don't feel like I'm living my best-ish life yet. But I'm probably a couple months away from living it at least. I feel like what we talked about socially, I feel like I'm doing good. As far as the relationships I already built throughout my life, those are just getting stronger by the day, so I can only thank God for that. Financially, I feel like I'm pretty, like I actually was super irresponsible financially in college, but
I'm still irresponsible financially.
I know.
Maybe like
You have significant high charges.
It's like you got eyelash extensions, but at the end of the month you -5 balance.
I'm not been in the negative. Don't put this in the atmosphere.
don't put that overdraft
Well, let me
protection on me.
on me then.
That's
Word.
Speak on your personal.
Okay, well, this is just shy talking then. Whatever, y'all.
We're not even on the real segment yet, sis.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But you always real, that's why.
I try.
I'm just saying.
I hate y'all. But okay, so like socially doing good, financially doing good, career-wise, I feel like definitely doing good. My manager just told me I was tracking, so I'm like, yes. Girl, validation. But as far as spiritually, that's something I definitely do need to work on. I'm still figuring that out.
Amen.
Oh, and my relationship is actually doing pretty okay. So,
Okay.
hopefully I'll be the first one to get married. Put it out in the universe.
And I'm trying to be first.
Well, I'm content in my singleness.
I'm content, but God needs to send somebody in the future. Okay.
When you're ready to receive.
Ooh.
So what you trying to say? No, I'm good. Just sipping my wine, and when I'm not sipping, I'm reading my word.
Welcome to On the Real, where we get super, super candid about what goes on out of the office. So today's On the Real topic, biggest Mr. Krabs meme moment.
So my biggest Mr. Krabs moment was thinking I was gonna like my job. No, I'm just kidding. No, for real. My biggest Mr. Krabs moment was that relocation check. Cause at first I should have negotiated for more, cause I didn't know how much it was gonna take to furnish an apartment.
Okay.
And
How much they gonna tax it?
That's why was it taxed 30%?
40, 50, basically.
I was pretty much just like, so you giving me a couple hundred at this point. And I still used to go to Europe, so.
They're about to come get you.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I only used like about $50 for that Europe trip. Don't quote me on that. You don't know where I work.
Somebody comments. Okay, my biggest Mr. Krab meme moment was like crazy. I didn't know what was happening when I got here. I was like, Lord, the devil is attacking me from all angles. So I moved here the first weekend. Me and Shirelle were going out. Already we're nervous because we're in a new place. Like it felt like we're in college again. Like, what are we gonna say? Some people know us. So we go to this little pool party.
Oh my God.
I leave the pool party. I'm coming out of a restaurant. I look at the back of my car, and my poor baby's been hit. She done gotten a hit and run. I'm like, what in the world? I've been here 3 days and my car is damaged. Fast forward to 2 weeks later, I'm at my friend's house. My car gets towed. When I pick it up from the tow company, they done knocked my other bumper off. And then didn't even try to claim that I went up to the tow place. I was so mad. I was going to take them small claims. I was about to be on Judge Judy because I was not playing about my little car.
She was asking me to record the phone call.
I don't play. Don't come for me and my little baby. Then the third thing, this is when I was like, you know what? I was in my bed crying, like, oh my God, what's going on, Cheyenne?
She really was crying, y'all. It's not funny, but she was sobbing.
Shirelle came in with the breakfast in bed because she knew I was going through. I was scammed out of $1,000+
That was horrible, but
$1,000+. So that was my first experience in the Midwest, and I was just like, you know what? Just take a deep breath, let's just go in and let's go out. Let's calm. But it was just like terrible. So I had a lot of Mr. Krabs moments. My car's still messed up on the side. Because you know what? I'm like, it's still moving. I don't need to get those scratches fixed. The bumper I was able to push in. I had to take the small claims because it was a $40 fix and it wasn't worth my investment.
It's funny because I feel like my Mr. Krabs moments are also related to my car. So first of all, when it came to actually getting the car, you realize, dang, like I thought my parents were gonna help me with certain things, but then
thought it was
credit kicks in, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, so I won't be able to get my parents to co-sign on this. Thank you, Black Mom and Dad.
Car insurance is a whole
and
other
then
ballgame.
car insurance want to scam you, right?
Y'all wanna move over to Geico?
Girl, are you getting endorsed by this? Anyways, so yeah.
You can say, what I say? What's that little tagline?
15% or more, not paying over 15%, so I needs a change. But anyways, so that, and I would say also, just like the simple fact of people not being able to drive in this state. I'm sorry.
They cannot drive here at
Guys,
all.
so Mr. Craftsman moment for me, I'm in the parking lot of the grocery store. I'm literally waiting to get a parking spot because I see this woman backing out, right? So I'm like waiting, have my little signal on. Sis, why are you reversing into my car? Why are you reversing until you hit my car at a parking lot? Like, do you not see? Did you not check? Like,
No,
that was a Mr. Craftsman moment because I'm like, whoa, sis, like I'm waiting to get your parking spot and you're backing all the way up into my car. So a lot of my Mr. Crabtree moments have been that.
Girl, we done went to the car payments.
Yep.
My Mr. Krabs me moment probably was like around that first paycheck time because finally, like, you know how many things that, like, again, that you're getting approved on off of credit, like, oh, I'm about to make this bread, so I can pay for this, I can pay for this, I can pay for this. I had all my bills set up, and of course, direct deposit takes a little bit longer to get situated.
Oh, I remember this!
When you're thinking about, like, I'm sitting there, like, my rent is finally updated. I see it in my account, I'm like, oh, you're gonna have this due by, like, the first. I'm still waiting, posted up in my mailbox, checking my phone every other day, like, bro, I don't got this money yet. That was my Mr. Krabs meme of like, bro, without that paycheck, I'm screwed. That was probably the worst moment. Like seeing all my bills rack up, seeing all these notifications, like, oh, you gotta pay this in 5 days, gotta pay this in 3 days, this is due tomorrow, and I'm like, my check.
And it's like, what, Mr. Crosby moment, what I saw on the offer letter versus what I saw after tax.
They got me with that signing bonus, and I didn't realize until somebody was like, yeah, they taxed that, and I was like, what?
I was like,
Mr. Krabs.
They taxed me, but that's what it is.
We learned, we got through it. I mean, I still be struggling, but it's not the same struggles each time, so.
Should I act fast?
Thank you all for tuning in to our first episode of Out of Office. Please be sure to subscribe and follow.
Out the office every day.